Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by the Honorable Ann Aiken, Chief Judge of the District Court of Oregon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us, what are you doing here in Southern Oregon?
Well, as you know, the District of Oregon is large, and we have a courthouse in Southern Oregon. It's the long-standing Jim Redden Courthouse, and I'm down here. I came down to select the grand jury for the next 18 months and make a presentation to Rotary and then have this interview with you.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time for us.
My pleasure.
So tell us, what do you like and perhaps dislike about your job?
I would tell you honestly, as a lawyer, this is the most privileged position a lawyer could ask for. A trial court bench in Oregon on the federal court with an enormous array of cases, the interest level, the intellectual ability to take on big cases and have great staff, good lawyering, and to address issues that face the community. You couldn't ask for a more incredible legal experience.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I would imagine being a judge, you have a lot of responsibility. You decide sentences for quite a few of these people. What goes through your mind when you hand down a sentence, perhaps a heavy sentence?
I think probably most judges would tell you the hardest and most difficult part of the job is sentencing people and trying to understand what brought them into court and what we can do in holding them accountable, and then providing hope that when they come out of prison, we're going to reintegrate them into society, they're going to make a difference in the community, and they're not going to come back and re-victimize based on past behaviors. So in one sense, you want to address the crime that they committed, and on the other hand, we have to work strategically to make a difference so that when they come out, communities are safer.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about reentry court. Maybe that plays into that last one.
I think what's really novel and what Oregon has been a leader in accomplishing is taking a look at how many people are coming out of the prisons. It's a huge epidemic that we've had methamphetamine in our communities. It's destroyed so many kids and families. But the people who are coming out are ill-equipped to be successful. The employment has been difficult, educational issues are difficult, so they would come back and very quickly be back on methamphetamine, going back to the federal penitentiary. It's an economic disaster, and it's not a successful strategy. So we've had reentry court where the judges are forming teams with the U.S. Attorney, representative, the federal defender, treatment providers, and our staff, and we are meeting and intensely supervising people coming out of prison. The hardest of the hard, I would say. Those folks who, if they come back and start to commit crimes again, are going to cost communities not only heartache, injury, but huge expenses. And we're having an enormously successful pilot project that has started and grown so that there are more than half the districts across the country using our model.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it's so successful as well.
Well, it's just a model, and we're not going to be perfectly successful, but we're instilling evidence-based practices using research tools, data, and examining what works and what doesn't work, and then holding people accountable when they have minor infractions, as opposed to simply having people come out expecting success, not giving them the tools to be successful, and then shipping them right back to a federal prison bed, which is a very expensive alternative.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with the Honorable Ann Aiken, Chief Judge of the District Court of Oregon. I want to ask you about that reentry court you were just talking about. Are we doing anything like that right here in Southern Oregon?
We are starting to partner with the state courts and have a discussion with how we can leverage our resources in a strategic way. The federal courts have to rely on state and local services. I would give a great shout out to your state court judges here. All of them are hands-on, doing enormously successful work and building a tremendous network of resources. Our hope is to model our program so that it's successfully addressing our complex cases down here and using the RRC, using On Track, using some of the flagship programs that are coming out of Southern Oregon, because this community truly cares about keeping community local, making certain that issues are addressed, and doing a better job with fewer resources. I'm just really proud to have the chance to work with my many colleagues who I adore on the state court.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Well, you were the first woman in Oregon history to serve as Chief Judge of the District Court. Do you feel a special relationship or perhaps a special responsibility with other female attorneys and female judges?
I think we have the unique role in whatever position we're afforded, and I, again, consider this a privilege, to reach back and train the next generation of lawyers, men, women, diverse populations who are coming into the legal community. I raised 5 sons. My goal is that they have an opportunity to have strong women in their lives, women who know how to get a paycheck, work hard, have an intellectually stimulating career, or if they choose to stay home, so that women can choose whatever option allows them to be successful. And so my hope is that opening doors and providing opportunities for student externs, full-time students in my chambers, gives them a chance to look at, I could do that. I am benefited simply by getting the chance to meet former Justice Betty Roberts in the legislature, my mentor for 40 years. It never occurred to me I could be a lawyer, and having a role model, someone who looks like you at the table doing the work that you'd like to do, is always important. And I do feel a special bond, but it's to the next generation of lawyers, men, women, minorities, diverse populations, and generally to keep the expectations high for quality professional work.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here.
My
Real
joy.
pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.